Welcome to Treasure Valley Podcast. I am Chuck. Today's episode is brought to you by Lower Gentry Studios. Here at Lower Gentry Studios, we create thought-provoking content with integrity, and we enjoy every aspect because we are hedonists. You can go to www.lowergentrystudios.com to check out our original content, which includes 2 feature films and a web series. The feature films are titled Brown Truck We Speak, and the web series is entitled Canyon County. So log on, enjoy, after listening to this podcast, of course.
Yeah, good plug.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. What makes today special, Chuck? Oh, by the way, my name's Elliot, because you never introduced me.
So. Yes, Elliot is here, per usual, and we have a special guest as well, Tony G.
Tony G, without the O.
Wait, what? How do you spell it?
TNYG.
TNYG?
TNYG.
Is that how people can find you on Spotify and all the different streaming services?
And everywhere?
Oh, good.
Really?
Yeah. I think the main reason is because there's a lot of Tony G's, just regular Tony G's.
Actually, I ran into that one time.
Really?
Yeah, I was trying to look up your music on, I think it was Spotify.
Yeah.
And I kept on hitting a different Tony G. Yeah,
probably like 1,000 million of those.
And I remember, I thought I got one too. And then I was listening to it, I'm like, this isn't Tony G.
Right, like who's this
But
gangster
it was.
rapper?
Yeah.
It was Tony G, but
Well,
it was just a different...
a different Tony G.
I was like, wait, what?
Anyway, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You should introduce yourself though, Tony. What's because we just said this is Tony G. We need to give some sort of prep
That's true.
to people that maybe don't know who Tony G is, or Tony. It's still pronounced Tony G.
Yeah,
right?
it's still pronounced the same.
Okay.
It's just drop the O, right? So,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you
there's
can
a
be
whole
found.
meaning behind all that stuff. But yeah, TNYG all together, no space, everywhere. Pretty much Facebook, Instagram.
All right, cool.
All that
All your
stuff.
music is
Spotify.
available. Sweet.
Oh yeah.
And then I heard that you're a really, really great problem solver. Really?
Yeah, I tend to.
Right. Can we?
Most of the ladies in my life don't think that, but that's a different story. So.
All right, are we ready?
So
to
we should preface this by saying that Tony G is a hip hop artist.
Yes,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
That would be fair.
If
Yeah.
you're unfamiliar with Tony G, you can listen to his music. Very solid stuff. But
For sure.
you should help us out with some problems and
All
some
right.
solutions, I think.
Cool.
All right, here it comes.
Do it.
You've got problems. I've got problems. We've got problems. Here's the answer.
All right, I have one specifically for you. I was on Pitchfork. Do you ever read Pitchfork? No?
No.
It is an-
terrible start.
Never mind. Well, see you later. Anyway, so Pitchfork is this kind of pretentious music literature magazine where they do a bunch of really pretentious reviews.
Okay.
And I was kind of surfing the internet when I was at work because I had some downtime and I was very bored. So I went on to this De La Soul album review of a newer De La Soul record that came out in 2016 or 2017.
Okay.
I don't know. I was on it, and the entire thing was talking about how they were middle-aged people and how they shouldn't be allowed to do hip hop music and they shouldn't be allowed to rap. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was
Right.
everything was these kind of backhanded compliments. For
Ooh.
a 40-year-old, he really knows how to rhyme some stuff to
Right.
get stuff together. This is pretty crazy. And it's he's talking about
Crazy.
things that he shouldn't be talking about in hip hop, like being a father or
Right.
and having children and stuff
Growing
like that.
up.
And growing up.
Yeah,
And then
weird.
I kind of felt like there was this implicit thing about what hip hop should talk about. You know what I'm saying? Or what the comments or the themes of hip hop should be.
Nowadays kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And this perception that it needs to be young. It needs to be between
Man,
20 and 30, and then it needs to be about certain subjects. I was wondering if you had any thoughts on that.
It's kind of weird because it's right in the middle. It is a young man's or lady's game, right?
Yeah.
In the hip hop industry, it's young because time is valuable.
Yeah.
So as far as it being only for young people, that's wrong. So
Yeah.
and I think with every artist and any type of music, we age and we develop. So it doesn't matter if we're talking about what's hip or what's not. It's just if it's hip hop, this hip hop is accepted, and that's my opinion. I don't know what Pitchfork has to say about that kind of stuff. But to solve the problem, how can we get to solving that problem?
I don't know.
Well,
It's
what is the perception? I think the problem is that there's a generational problem because hip hop is definitely very
Right.
new.
Yeah,
Our
definitely.
father has turned 70 last week. He doesn't even know what he doesn't know what the crap is going on. Whenever I turn on anything, any hip hop artist, he's just what is that?
Right.
That's not music.
That noise.
Yeah, what is that music and that
What's
noise?
that person crying about this time?
Yeah.
Right. Yes. It's it's complicated. It's one of those complicated topics, really. So there's no real like solution to kind of change what people think of hip hop. It's always going to be that way. Everybody's always gonna have an opinion, and these people just happen to have a resource and like the plug to what people want to listen to or read or whatever it is on the internet, which kind of says a lot there by itself.
Yeah.
But nowadays everybody has an opinion, and it's just. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
It's just people are going to think what they're going to think.
Do you think like, because I mean, I guess like the way that rap music started, Charles, you were bringing that up, like the way that like it actually like became like a cultural force was
it was in New York City, and there was a blackout, and it was in one of the poorer neighborhoods, and so a lot of the record stores were looted
Right.
during the blackout, and then record players became more ubiquitous,
Right.
and they didn't have a lot of instruments to be able to express themselves, so they started cutting, and that's why they call breakdancing is because they would keep
Find the
looping
breakdown.
they'd find the break, and then they keep looping that part of the
Yep.
record over and over again, and the MC started out because they would call out to the audience about what's about to happen, and then they'd start to rhyme on top of that, and then it just exploded from that. But I thought it was really interesting that it was just like one of the most most creative developments. Is because it's not an instrument, but it is
Right.
the way that they used to use some of those old mixers and those loopers and things like that with the built-in drum beats, and find the certain mixes from the horn section, or a certain instrumentalist, and they'd look for their beats, or just segments of their music from
where
various
it's
albums.
Well, sometimes there's vocals, but primarily the breakdown is just always the repetitive, whatever kind of bar measure it is going to be. But yeah, the history of hip hop is insane. It really is.
Yeah.
The how far it's come in such a short period of time. And Brooklyn, I believe, is where. No, I believe that's where it
I don't
originated.
remember. It was in New York,
Brooklyn,
Yeah.
the Bronx. So, and but I think it just all comes from your heart. It doesn't matter where it was. It doesn't really that the whole like where it originated from an area doesn't really matter too much to me. But there's people that feel strongly about that kind of stuff, East Coast or West Coast stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get no beef with anybody. So for me,
That's good.
That it's amazing just how it did stem from that. And I didn't know about the blackout and all the other stuff and the looting of that, but I did know they found the sweet spot, the breakdown, and they just kind of chalked it up. And then they had an MC and host and kicked the freestyle, poets, and that's kind of how it started. Sparked it up.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy, and it's like a cultural phenomenon.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, that's only like, what is that, 40 years though? That's so cool though.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden it just
that's
went bam. And like everybody jammed on it really fast. And I think because it's so new though, then you have all of these weird like preconceptions.
Because nobody's been doing
like
it.
De La Soul was one of the old school people because they got started in like 85 and they were like really popular. So it's like now they're in their middle ages, and it's like I don't know. Everybody has been young though up until this point,
Right.
So it's like,
What can they expect? It's like using different people as an example, like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Or like Nas. Like I just saw Nas in concert not too long ago.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
And that was
sweet?
amazing. Yeah, he killed it. And I'm not looking at how old he is or how he looks so different from when he was, a young buck, with all his albums that made him just a legend.
Yeah.
So it's all about the music, honestly. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, okay.
So
Well, I
these
think
guys
just people
that-
need to change their perceptions, man.
And they need to go to a concert.
They need to open their minds a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially with hip-hop.
Snoop Dogg. We saw Snoop Dogg. That would have been like 5 or 6 years ago, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was
Yeah.
amazing.
He killed it.
Yeah.
I loved it. He just totally
I
crushed.
don't know how old he is now, though.
he's like 87. Like I don't even know.
That's pretty close. I was about to say like 85. Yeah, right around there. But yeah, nobody knocks him for doing that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just with De La Soul, it's just one of the guys that are not like at the forefront, so people are not like accepting of him as much, right? Like or like if it's like an Ice Cube or whoever else it is, like Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye he's not older, like he's older than me, but he's not like old, what they would classify as old. But I think it's just who they know more of, and or like he only had a couple songs back in the day or whatever. Like, perspective.
Rock and blues and country, though, they just don't even care how old you get, and you're allowed to have that popular music that does
Yeah.
cover all sorts of different storylines.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah,
it's
for sure. Like
105
part of,
years old.
yeah,
still
exactly.
playing the guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Willie Nelson. Nobody
Right.
nobody complains about him. Yeah.
No, nothing to complain about.
What are some of the lyrics that you're most proud about as far as that you feel is pretty unique in the hip hop realm?
For any specific artist?
Or
No,
no. So stuff that you've written.
Yeah, stuff that you're.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, me. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot. We're not talking always about other people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Yeah.
so I
Sorry,
guess-
that was a very abrupt
I was like, wait,
transition.
hold on. All right,
It's like transitioning
You
away
can
from-
participate.
Right. I guess I can do that. I don't know. I've written so many songs. It's kind of hard to like pinpoint exactly like my. Are you saying like my favorite line?
Or just something that you're proud
maybe
of.
like ideas, you know what I'm saying? Like
Ideas?
sometimes I always think of like, because we write films and stuff, and
Right.
sometimes I'm like really proud of a specific scene from a specific like moment where I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm really glad that
Knock
we
that
thought
one
of
out.
that. Yeah. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I have a lot of those.
Oh.
I have a lot of them. Just because
okay.
I have like 50 plus songs. Like
Yeah.
in the catalog, not a lot of them are out there. Just because
That's
you have to
huge.
compose and re-edit different things and what's going to make it to the surface or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's many
Yeah.
lines that I have.
Was there ever like a breakthrough moment where you're just like, oh, I learned something, and then now I do it this way? You know what I'm saying? Like where all of a sudden you got like something in your toolbox where you're like, okay, this is
Right.
better. This is better if I do it this way, like in terms of the writing process or not?
It's really it's never up front. I don't ever think about writing it a certain way. It just the way I like my writing process. I guess just the basics of it. When I listen to an instrumental, I'll listen to it for like an hour and a half. If I haven't written something already, like freestyle, whatever it is, I'll listen to it because in instruments or beats or whatever, however you want to say it, there's words in there. And I know it. It's weird. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I've always heard words connecting with different types of sounds, and then I just say it back. And that's just, it's
Okay.
just based on the energy of the instrumental. Sometimes it's about my own personal stuff, mainly because most of my songs are just pure, like just genuine from my heart, from my experiences. But there's some that are just influenced from the energy of the instrumental.
Okay.
Yeah, but none that I have off top as far as like lyrics that I'm super proud of. I'm proud of all of them because
Okay.
they came from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no top ones, and that's not like a braggadocious thing or whatever. It's just true because it just doesn't take much to write or be proud of something, but it takes a lot to share. It takes a lot to share the ideas with people and to take feedback from different people and evolving and doing it for 5+ years. So that's more to be proud of than a certain line or bar like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, measured
That's
differently.
that's a cool way to actually look at it.
Yeah, and plus I'll be 45 and still doing it. So, and nobody's gonna say anything about that.
Maybe by that time everybody will have gotten over the hump.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like
Their
hip-hop.
preconceptions
Right? Oh, here's
of a
another
guy with
50-year-old hip hop
gray
artist. This is
hair.
nothing new.
Yeah,
up
right?
on
exactly.
stage.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't have to
Cane
dye
and
your
everything.
hair.
Yeah.
No,
No, just for men.
no,
Hopefully
none of
not.
that.
All right, sweet. Well, do you want to? We were gonna try to share something. Do you want to share something? Can I lay down like a 17-second beat?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to do it?
Let's
Sweet.
do it.
Okay.
Cool.
This will be really
Cool.
I got it here. I got this beat.
Let's hear it.
All right, here it comes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Enough talking, listen up. It's Tony G's turn to speak. I got something to say, and I ain't trying to repeat a broken record. That ain't me. Nah, keeping the peace. I'm solid. My state of mind's not girth in a while that I'm making change out of pocket. Ain't a loss to a profit. I got this.
Oh man, that was perfect.
Did it cut right there?
Yeah, it cut right there.
Oh, that's.
I was actually a little nervous. I'm like, oh crap.
Oh dang! It's gonna go acapella.
Yeah,
Put it in
exactly.
loop. That's okay.
I was just gonna
would
hit
have
it
your
again,
back.
and it'll be on a different beat or something.
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah, that's true because there's a lot of different pockets in every instrumental. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, oh snap! There was like the little countdown. I was like, triggered. Let's go.
Oh man, man, your flow is so smooth.
Try.
What do you
Okay.
advise? What do you advise people to do that want to get into hip hop as far as finding that
It's like getting
that
good.
rhyme scheme? Because you have a unique rhyme scheme, and it's very there are those tight rappers out there,
Right.
right? And I
Right.
feel like you're on that in that realm.
Yeah, for somebody that's starting out or that's been doing it and hasn't really seen much results as far as whatever you base results on, just keep doing it as much as you can. Like literally, I'll wake up, I'll listen to a beat while I'm getting ready for work. If I'm in the shower, I'm listening to an instrumental on a little speaker. On the car, and like in the car, driving to work, listening to a beat, freestyling, do whatever. And I'm not a good freestyler, but I'll learn through that, and I'll try different melodies, and just being comfortable. And my favorite place to make music is in the car, literally. Like I can't really make music anywhere else except for the car. So I'll play beats and have different ideas in different places. Like in my room, I have like the whole recording and stuff like that. But I don't really create there. I create in the car. And so sometimes you just got to find your sweet spot, like where you're comfortable. And I think for me, I started being more comfortable in the car because I was embarrassed to do it in front of my parents, or embarrassed to do it in front of my friends or my roommates, whatever it is. So sometimes it's just about your environment. Just get out there and explore. Sometimes it might be at a park, but just push through that barrier. Everybody has writer block. But the most interesting thing that I did find out not too long ago, and I've kind of implemented it a little bit subconsciously, is when you get stuck on maybe a word or phrase or whatever, a topic, and you can't get past it for the life of you, just say something else. It doesn't matter if it rhymes. Just say something else, and you will instantly feel better about it. You won't throw it away. You'll just get back on the train. You know, just to get the momentum going again. And that's pretty much how I kind of keep going.
That's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I remember there was a writing teacher that I had that just said the most important step is your next step.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a half step or not. It could be baby steps. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just be okay with it being kind of bad and not right, and then just move on. And then eventually you can always go back and change it.
Exactly.
You know?
You can change it up. It's not permanent unless it's like on the internet and you're doing it live or whatever it is. Then mistakes happen, but we grow through those things, and then we just get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, with time.
Nice.
For sure.
That's good advice.
Wow, man!
Try.
You're just like a Zen master of just advice, wisdom. There we go.
Wisdom and productivity.
Wisdom and productivity, man. All right, you ready to plug your stuff? We're gonna give you 17 seconds to plug whatever you have going on.
Plug it in.
But it has to end when it says it's over. Okay.
All right.
Here it comes.
You got 17 seconds
Yo,
to plug now.
so I need you guys to look me up anywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, Instagram, TNYG Music, TNYG, Talent Naturally Yields Greatness. Anywhere you want, anywhere you need it, I'm there. Snapchat is TonySG, TonyISG.
Your timing is good.
Yeah,
I guess we should probably expect that from a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
And scene. There you go.
You don't have to move your vocals around to after you record, right? Then sync them with the beat.
Yeah,
you got it down.
Like, hold up.
Yeah, for sure. All right, are we gonna end with a joke from a hat?
Yeah, let's end with a joke from a hat.
Let's do it.
Take a joke from a hat. When you read it, I'll bet that you make someone laugh. It's a joke from a hat.
I found a hat from a yacht club, which will remain nameless.
Oh man, it's my yacht club.
Yacht club.
I never belonged
Look
to a
at
yacht club.
I don't even
Oh,
know.
like yacht club all day.
I stole a hat from a yacht club once. Obviously,
It came with the
look
boat.
at the,
Right, came with the
yeah. Look at the studio. We do not belong to a light.
This is perfect.
Yeah, for sure. All right, here it is.
All right.
Why did God invent hats?
Why?
This is bad. To cover his bald spot.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age. So I would imagine he's got the bald spot going there.
Yeah.
See,
That's why I got to keep my hair growing long,
Yeah.
because I like my dad. He's balding a little bit, and he doesn't want me to say this out loud, but he's balding. But he has his remedies, and he's doing that. He's doing his thing.
Perfect.
Right on.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Tony G, for coming
Yes,
in.
and thank you all for tuning in. You can
Yeah.
check us out at www.lowergentrystudios.com for all the latest episodes. Go to the Treasure Valley podcast link. You can also see our web series, Canyon County, catch our 2 feature films, and keep tuning in. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.